is Ryan McCombs from the band SOIL, and you are watching Metal Wani. Keep it up.
Guys, I'm Carl O'Rourke from Metal Wani, and I'm delighted to be here with London with Ryan McCombs of SOIL, who will take the stage here later this evening. Welcome, mate.
Oh, thank you.
So you guys are well underway with your UK and Europe tour at the moment. How has this run of shows been going so far for you?
It's been good. Europe went really well for us, and the UK so far, I think this is our 8th show of the UK dates, and they've been what we've come to, I mean, I hate to say it, we're kind of spoiled. It's what we've come to expect. It's been really good. Just the UK's always welcomed us with open arms, so.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So your last record, Hole, you released that in 2013, and you guys did say at the time that you were going to tour that album extensively, but it's been 3 years later, you guys show little sign of slowing down. So I don't know, is it the nature of the music business, are you just having a lot of fun, or what's kept you on the road so long now?
I have no idea. Stupidity? I don't know. We started writing new material about a month before we started this run, very loosely, just tossing some ideas around. And when we get back and get rid of the jet lag and get settled back home, maybe even get rid of some of these holidays, we'll definitely start working on the new material, because we definitely want to do something new for 2017, because it'll be the 20th anniversary of the band. So.
Beautiful. And just on that 20th anniversary, how does it feel to be coming up on a 20th anniversary?
Painful.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gratitude involved in it, because I can't believe people have allowed us to stick around this long. And that's pretty awesome. I mean, it's cool to have been given the opportunity to do it to begin with, but still be doing it, it's all because people give us the time of day.
Well, congratulations.
But at the same time, when you go, oh, you've been doing this for 20 years. Yeah, my body feels like I've been doing this for 20 years. I mean, it's sad to say, because you're only technically at work for an hour or hour and a half, whatever it is, during the day. But I know, like, during the 7 years of Drowning Pool, we had those 4-foot risers all over the stage, and we had a kind of a elaborate stage setup for the States. And I remember jumping off of those, and every time I go to stand up, my hips remember every single jump I took off of those stupid risers. And it's sad to say, but after 20 years, I definitely, the body's beat up from just the physical and when I say chemical, I'm really referring to alcohol. Chemical abuse that you put the stupid flesh and bones through.
And just there, when you touched on a possible, you're writing new material, how do you guys write new material? Is it kind of, you make time to go into the studio and do it, or does somebody ring you up and kind of go, I've got something, let's go check this out, or how does that work normally?
It all starts musically.
Yeah.
Luckily for me, I've been in situations, whether it was SOIL or whether it was Drowning Pool, that I've had really good musicians to work with.
Yeah, right.
And so it always starts with the music, because I can't write anything. I can't play guitar. I can't, I played bass for 4 years, but who can't play bass? So.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that.
And I don't play drums, because I don't want to be one of those people. And just making friends all over the place. No, but seriously, I can't play anything. I've tried to play drums. I tried to play guitar. I can't. I suck. But luckily for me, I've been a good musician. So it always starts with the music. Adam was always, with SOIL, Adam was always the majority songwriter. I mean, he probably wrote 97% of, if not more, of everything that ever became a SOIL song. And the stuff that he didn't write, one of the other guys and me came up with a riff or something, but that was always it.
Yeah.
And then it was, I know this because I lived in the rehearsal spot for years, and it would be Adam laying on the floor with his guitar. You could just sit for hours with this riff in his head, and all of a sudden you start piecing that riff together. And as that song started getting put together, then it would put ideas in my head, and I'd start writing the lyrics to it. That's how all the old SOIL stuff went together. So nowadays, it's with us back together again. It's really very similar. Amazing. You know, it's whether we get together, and him and Tim are bouncing ideas off each other, coming up with music, and then throwing it at me. we did about half and half with the whole record. We got together and wrote some songs, but at the same time we also had, with today's technology, had Adam sending me music files via the internet, and then I would sit at the house, and because I've always lived far away from the guys since getting back together. I haven't lived in Chicago since 2001, so thanks to the internet, we're able to write that way as well.
Yeah. Speaking of your homeland, not one for talking on politics normally, but with the huge changes that are taking place in the US presidency at the moment, do you have any thoughts that you might like to share, or do you think that maybe, because we were chatting with a couple of other bands there in the week, they were saying that it might actually change the dynamic of touring for foreign bands coming into the country possibly?
From what I've gathered, I don't think my opinions are too popular.
I love your opinions. I read them all the time. I love them.
I think I wish people fully understood the scope of just how much U.S. media was controlled by the party that's been in office for the last 8 years. It's when I first came over here, well before the election, a couple of weeks before the election, I was surprised to hear the opinions I was hearing, because it was just so anti-Trump, and I was just. I think what a lot of people need to sit back and look at was that Donald Trump was. I'm not a Trump supporter. I don't think he's the greatest thing at all.
I read it. I did read it.
I think when you're left with him or Hillary, you have to go with one or the. I would have voted for Satan over her. I have too many military friends that have actually bled for the country to ever think about putting a vote in. Anyway, do I think he's awesome? No. Do I think he's better than the option? Absolutely. I think what people need to do is sit back and realize that Donald Trump was in the public eye for 30 years. And he dealt with a lot of people that he worked with and for, like Rosa Parks, and with just tons of people within the black community. He was never labeled a racist until he went up against the Democratic Party. He was never, did he say some stuff off color about, women? Yeah, he talked like a man in the locker room. He talked like a guy talking to another guy, and any other guy out there that wants to say otherwise is lying through his teeth. So was it right? No, it wasn't, but he's not. Did he say stuff that was off color? Yes, he did. But you know what? He's not a polished politician. He's not a lifetime career politician, so he doesn't talk like a politician. He's not bullshitting everything he says. He's just talking like a person. And sometimes the stuff that comes out of his mouth isn't politically correct. But it's because he's just a human being at the end of the day. Again, am I a supporter of Donald Trump? No. Can I see how some of the stuff he said is wrong? Yes. I don't support some of the stuff that's coming out of his mouth. But I also think some of the stuff that came out of his mouth was definitely inflated by the Democratic Party.
That's fair. So, just moving on, you guys...
Thank you.
No, you're okay.
I'm sure I said something in there that we misconstrued wrong more than what, because I'm not a politician either. But,
no, so you guys are still on the road with the previous album, 3 years behind you now, and I did recently read, and you've confirmed that you guys are looking at doing some stuff, and Tim, I think, was quoted on saying that you're looking at doing something quite special. So I was wondering, can you tell us a bit more about that, or just what's going to go on with SOIL in the meantime?
Yeah, we plan on doing something for 20th anniversary, and then we plan on touring extensively with it again. But we definitely, I don't know, we'll see what we're allowed to do.
Possibly Dublin.
We definitely, man.
We would love you over there, man.
There are certain places. Ireland is one huge for me, because that's my family. When you look at the family tree, they're all either from Ireland or Scotland. Yeah. Both sides of my family.
Yeah.
So that's, I got the 6 soul tattooed and the Irish flag collars on my fingers. It's just, but I haven't been there in ages.
I know.
and there's like Denmark is one I haven't been to in years.
Yeah.
And I have friends there. So I'm always, every time we throw out a tour of Europe or Europe and the UK, we're always getting fan mail, oh, what the hell, are you forgetting about us again, blah, blah. And it's like, no, we're not. We can only go where we can go.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
sure.
go where there's promoters that are inviting us,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah, man, I would love to get back.
You guys are very fondly remembered and still very much loved. Trust
I
me.
wish we'd
Trust
get
me.
a show. I
Yeah.
really would do. That would be amazing for me. One of my fun memories of touring was just driving through the countryside and seeing. I mean, this through the window of a bus, but that's as close as we get to things
Sure.
a lot of times.
Sure.
And just seeing that countryside, with actually seeing the stone fence
Yeah.
around it. It was awesome. I'd love to be back.
For us, it's every day, so it's nice to hear somebody saying that.
Oh, man, yeah.
Well, finally, with the original lineup back, recording and out on the road, there's still now a whole lot of excitement, even 3 years on from Hull, that you guys are back, the original lineup. So, are you guys still feeling that excitement too? And it would be fair to assume that the original SOIL is back in here to stay.
Yeah. We laugh about it because I was married for 7 years. The relationship before my marriage was 7 years long. I was with SOIL for 7 years before I left. I was with Drowning Pool for 7 years. And so I'm in year 5 right now, being back with SOIL. So, yeah, Tim looked at me, it was about a few months ago, and Tim was over and goes, been 5. So, what are you going to do after the next 2 years? So we got 2 years with you, huh? I was like, I don't know. I don't know, we're just having fun right now.
Great, glad to hear. Well, thank you, Ron, for taking the time with us to talk here at Metal Wani. It's been a pleasure chatting with you, and we wish you all the best at the show tonight and with the rest of the tour.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.